My brain associates the human experience with being intoxicated, and that's why I think I've got addiction problems. As an autistic person that really struggles to connect with people interpersonally in like a regular average way, inverted commas of course, because what is regular and what is average, but the only time that I'm able to unmask comfortably is when I'm intoxicated. And so the only time I feel like I can connect like properly with people is when I'm intoxicated. And so the human experience for me, the most like comfortable version of it is when I'm intoxicated. And so of course I would suffer with addiction problems off the back of being autistic.
Not only do I believe every single thing that this lady is saying, I think we've cracked the code. Because think about it, when somebody comes into the hospital for a substance use problem, or if you are somebody who is struggling with substance use and you think that you're over reliant on alcohol and you're confiding in your friend, nobody thinks about autism. Nobody thinks about neurodivergence. I think that's a problem. That could be the problem. Maybe not for everybody, but for a lot of people. Because alcohol and these different substances, they mellow you out. You get to release your inhibitions. You're feeling the rain on your skin. Everybody loves you. You're in the middle of the dance floor. You're doing your thing. You're moving from left to right. You're having the time of your life, which is a complete opposite picture from the other days when you're burnt out, you're home, you're isolating. This is completely different from that neurodivergent burnout, which is a big part of an autistic person's life. When we connect the dots between neurodivergence and substance use, we can see that one tends to lead to the other. I believe that undiagnosed neurodivergence, especially undiagnosed autism, undiagnosed ADHD, when these things aren't caught and when they aren't treated, is going to lead to you self-medicating. So some people will have a diagnosis of autism, ADHD, and they still struggle with substance use. But I worry about the people who don't have a diagnosis, who don't have an explanation for the behaviors that they exhibit. So they're just going to get high, they're just going to get tipsy, and they're just going to get drunk. And they don't know what's going on, but they know that when you pick up that bottle and you drink, you feel so much better. You're loose. You know that when you take a hit of that vape pen, when you roll up and we're high, now we're laid back and we're not so uptight. We don't have to be hyper vigilant and monitor people's social behaviors and people's cadences. We can just relax and we can just vibe. It feels good to vibe for once. You haven't been able to vibe your whole life because you've had to, be on guard and try and figure out how things are socially. So it's difficult to just enjoy life. And you can't blame somebody like this. They just want to enjoy life. They just want to have a good time. They just want to have a nice Tennessee Saturday night with the boys or with the girls and just relax. You just want to enjoy life. It's not a crime to enjoy life. But when you see that there's a connection, there's a link between neurodivergence and substance use, we can actually fix the problem. Because now, instead of looking at it as a substance use problem and saying, okay, this person, alcohol use disorder, how do we treat alcohol use disorder? Okay, let's talk to them about counseling, outpatient substance use. Let's find an outpatient program. Let's find an inpatient program. All those things are good. I'm a big proponent of outpatient substance use treatment. Yes, go. That's the answer. But what I'm saying is that at the root of your addictions, if it's neurodivergence, until you fix that, you're going to find yourself in this cycle to where you go get the treatment. You take your naltrexone or whatever the case may be, and the cravings come down a little bit, but it's within your nature, it's within your core to still crave that thing, because you're not really craving the substance. You're craving connection. You're craving a form of a life that you've never experienced before, something that you can't experience without this substance. But if we can get to the root of the problem, and if we can address this, it's going to change a lot of people's lives. I think we figured something out. I mean, what do I know? But I think this is a startling discovery, and we need to pay attention to this, and we need to be mindful of hidden neurodivergence when it comes to substance use.